hasn't been getting a lot of coverage, and the coverage that it has been getting hasn't been very good. So let's talk about the trail derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. East Palestine's about an hour north of Pittsburgh, almost halfway to Cleveland. Norfolk Southern has a rail line that goes right through town, and this derailment happened right on the edge outside of town on the border of PA and Ohio. Of the cars that crashed, 5 of them contain vinyl chloride. It's a monomer used to make PVC. The reporting on this has gotten vinyl chloride confused with polyvinyl chloride, the polymer made out of vinyl chloride. Now, the reason that this distinction is really important is vinyl chloride is very hazardous and very flammable. Polyvinyl chloride is a plastics that's used in like everything. Another thing about vinyl chloride is that it boils at 8 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's shipped in its liquid form, meaning that when these trains crashed and these started leaking, they weren't just leaking liquid, but they were spewing boiling gas. So vinyl chloride is really toxic. OSHA has the permissible limit of how much you can be exposed to it during an 8-hour shift as a 1 ppm part per million, average over 8 hours. So prior to this, the biggest spill of this chemical was in New Jersey, where one train car and about 23,000 gallons of vinyl chloride were spilled, but it didn't catch on fire. Now, this crash in Ohio has 5 train cars. These kinds of tanker cars can carry between 25 and 33,000 gallons. Let's call it 250 to 250,000 pounds of vinyl chloride. That's per train car, 5 train cars. There's maybe 1 million pounds of this toxic chemical spilling into the ground and also boiling off into the air. But then it caught on fire. I think this is where the reporting is really because there's no byproducts. Of the many byproducts of burning vinyl chloride, one of them is hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride is unstable and latches onto water, like just water in the air, turns into hydrochloric acid. So right now, government officials from the railroad, both the governor of Pennsylvania and Ohio, are calling burning off the 1 million pounds of this stuff a success, but not mentioning that it means that we have hundreds of thousands of pounds of acid in the air, potentially. Now, ever since engineering school, I've studied a lot of industrial accidents. I just find it really fascinating, and organizations like the Chemical Safety Board, NTSB, and OSHA all have really good reports available to the public. I think it's really good to learn about mistakes. When looking at these kinds of industrial disasters across time, there are a couple things that are pretty universal across all of them. Railway always plays the reality of the situation. Politicians also repeat this the same. So all we're hearing is
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadah. Give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone for teaching this truth time and time again, showing us to be men of the Lord. The water Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, and Shalom. And Fair Use Act, using it for criticizing and educational purposes, not making any monetary value. That was on a World Star. It's pretty public. And you can go on BitChute and all those, and they can show the videos or longer video projection of how it's killing fish. It's killing a lot of things. Okay. It's killing all these. It's literally destroying the ecosystem out there, right, in Ohio. And it's kind of ironic that it's East Palestine right after being covered up, right after the Super Bowl, and they just shot it, getting covered up with this UFOs getting shot up. But those are not the UFOs. They would never shoot down the chariots of the Most High Yahweh. But you see these devils completely destroy the planet. This is what they do. They are as death. They are as hell. Their desires as hell. But with some scriptures. It's Isaiah chapter 24, verse 4. And the earth mourneth and fadeth away, and the world languish and fadeth away, and the halted people of the earth do languish. And you know why? All these things and how problems. The fish dying in that area. All animals getting sick. How the earth is not producing what it has used to be producing. Like it was times in the scriptures that it was 2 men had to carry a cluster of grapes. And now it's not, the earth is, because they are cursed. They have the curse of Cain. The earth's not given its strength, and they're completely destroying this planet. It's languishing, it's withering. Uh, Verse 5, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the law and changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore, the curse devour the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few are many. So ultimately, the curse that's going to go is these thermonuclear destruction that has to purify this land, because it's defiled under the perverseness of Esau Edom. And they're just failing anyway. It seems like a psyop, because East Palestine, that has to do with, you see, isn't Israel fighting against and been subjugating the Palestinians for this so long, even if they're both fighting over what's not theirs, because the land, Holy Land, is our people's. Look at this article. And see, it's different on how they do. You see that they're not even reporting. So there's a couple articles, and you see the difference. Not polyvinyl, but vinyl. Ohio train derailment, which what we should know about the toxic chemicals, which is just were produced today, made public. This article like 30, 40 minutes ago. Just before 9 a.m., on the 3rd February, a train carrying hazardous chemicals partially derailed and caught fire eastern Ohio. See, what the hell is it like? This happened a few days ago, but why wasn't it reported? We in our chat we reported it, but no, it was not that many news things on how bad this is. Ohio, it's in a area where it's a lot of farmland and a lot of ecosystems, rivers, lakes, all of these places, and it's close to where our biggest lake is, which is Mississippi. I don't know how too far is it, but it's in all in that area that it relies on our ecosystem. Sending thick in eastern Ohio, sending thick black smoke in the air. More than 1,000 people in the town of East Prowler and southern areas were evacuated under orders from the state government, saying that they can't see when they go outside. Have no breeding, birds crawling, goes circling around them. All the fish dying in the area. On February 8th, the state officials announced that air quality has not detected chemicals concerning above levels safe for humans. Considerable safe for humans. So he's like, oh, well, they're throwing the same motherfuckers that are putting brain in their trails. So it was like, oh, might as well add something else. Videos. I just don't make this too long. Save the back home, even if it's fish dying in the sea and birds fall in the sky. Winds, food safety means supply is safe, and the risk of livestock remains. Palestine train derailment. The agency said in the statement of, you see the difference. Say these other media sites, other media sites, articles not going to work. They don't even tell you. They give you this thing. They tell you that everything's all going to be all right. But look at these UFOs. Stand by thy enchantments, O Esau. But what did the Lord said he was going to do to you? This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 3. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwell therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field, animals dying, and with the fowls of the heaven. Ye fishes of the sea, they shall be taken away. Yet let no man strive nor reprove another, for thy men are as thy strive with the priest. That's not in the point. The point is the 3rd verse. Salakia. I'm going to just go upward. So everything's mourning because this man who's in rulership. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul is not aright. His soul lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. So we're in this planet. You're not going to be able to continue and stay on this planet if Esau stays in rule. No flesh shall be saved, as in the Gospels. No flesh shall be saved if it wasn't. So the Lord speeded up the time. But you see, they're doing some trickery right now. Ye also, because he has transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, whose desires as hell, who is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathering unto him all nations, heaping unto all peoples. See, the point is he has deaf, he is hell, just doing too much, causing, literally destroying the earth. He is taking over, doing all this stuff. Well, why do you even need a artificer? That's what they were saying. He's an artificer. He creates these fake chemicals that are not biodegradable for the planet, and he has them in places that they should not be. Are they travel? And how does it? All this time is barely ever derailments. All the supplies in it, and now it happens to happen because it didn't just happen. It happened in 4 different areas: Ohio, Pennsylvania, different spots all have these chemical looks. So there is something suspicious, but he is deaf. But the Lord has something for this devil. He's about to be this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry. Their wrath is come, the time of the dead. They shall be judged. And they that should have give award unto thy servants, the prophets, which they should give his award to us, and to the saints and them that fear the name, small and great, and should us destroy them which destroy the earth. So the Lord is going to set up the ones that are the true rulers of the earth. The Lord will be profitable. Yahweh Shai. But when I'm going to just get it. He's going to put the true kings, Yahweh Shai ruling, Yahweh Shai and our king David, on this earth, and put and set up the real arts, which is the real laws and the real commandments, but saying that you're not going to be able to travel in hazardous materials in such a way that it can kill millions of animals, be thousands of animals. But it's probably millions because don't forget bacteria is needed in our ecosystem, certain insects. But all those are dead because of those chemicals. This is and he's going to destroy these Edomites. This is Ezekiel. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and a government of the prudent man is well ordered. So it's going to be when the true people in the earth, when they rule, and they're going to set forth real rules that you're not about to travel whatever that is needed for. That vinyl, no, we're going to use natural things that are biodegradable for the earth. Anything fake, we're not an artifice. We might have that. The judge don't care about this earth. They don't care about this earth. They're not doing anything for it. So now the people don't do it. See, now people just litter everywhere they go. They just throw their trash around. They're not caring on what they're picking up. You see what you're dealing with. It's fucking Satan. And an unwise king destroyeth his people. This is an unwise king. That's why the Lord is going to destroy him that destroyeth the earth. But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And it's not that when he's in order, he's going to put someone that is profitable. I'm going to get it because this phone is tripping. I don't want it. I want to get one last scripture to finish the point, because it's been every time I'm about to end, just cut off, and then I have to do it over again. This is Romans chapter 8 verse 18, because this is not we have no continuing sitio here, but we seek one to come, and not just us. Let's just get that real quick. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14, or Micah 2 and 10. This is not our rest. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. And that's what this point is. Well, this is the devil. He is supposed to do this. We're getting our people's right in their mind. We seek one to come. And we're not just seeking it to come, the whole creation. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 18. For I reckon the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So we're suffering, we're going this thing, and we're seeing this man destroy this planet, destroy this earth. But and how we have it, because the true men of the Lord, the ones that are elect, they care about the beast. Jake cares about the beast of the earth, not these niggas that are demons now, are now Esau's, these niggas. I'm talking about the men that really care, want to see change. They care about these animals, and they care about the suffering that is going, because this man's destroying everything around us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. The whole creation, all created, even the heathen, they don't know it yet, even the heathen. Manifestation. Laying it bare. What's this?
Strong's G 602. Apocalypsis.
A disclosure of truths, instructions concerning things before unknown, use or events by which things or state persons hitherto withdraw from the view are made visible to all. Manifestation, appearance. We're waiting for the revelation of it. That's another synonym. Revelation. Revealing of the sons of God, we know the so-called black, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native American, but the elect, when they come forth, when Yahushua comes back and takes this planet, and we become joint heirs, Lord willing, of the number, and put a profitable rulership on it, the whole when the righteous are in authority, people will rejoice. For the creature was made subject to vanity, and when you look at it, it's just a creation, made subject to nothingness, not willing, but by reason of him who had subject in hope. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God. So they know that when the people that are the people that are supposed to be in the rule, take over and destroy this man when the Lord comes back and put this man in hardcore slavery, and we clean up this earth, everyone's going to suffer. So with that, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahushai Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash, Thawadi Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and Shalom.